And we will be starting off with the speeches. And first and foremost, it will be Emma's dad, Ian, to start us off. Massive round of applause for Ian, sorry.
Thank you, everybody. And that's the first part of the speech ruined because Jamie's just introduced me. So we'll quit the first paragraph. No, thank you, Jamie. I know you're all hungry, so we'll make this quick and get through the speeches. But we can't let a day like this go by without marking the occasion. And I think, as a parent, there are many, many milestones in the life of your kids. From birth, from first riding a bike, first falling off a bike, taking the stabilisers off, learning to drive, all the various things that you do. And obviously leaving home, moving back again, leaving home, and then coming back last night for a night is all part and parcel of the experience. And of course, while we're all here today, is seeing you two get married. And although Emma warned me not to be embarrassing, I failed miserably on that this afternoon downstairs without any problem at all. And from an early age, Emma was quite headstrong, single-minded, and knew what she wanted. Yes. So at around 3 years old, or thereabouts, Emma had climbed up to the top of a step ladder. There was some DIY, there's always DIY going on in one of our houses, and Emma had climbed up to the top of a step ladder. And after being accosted by my Uncle Brian and said, "What do you think you're doing up there, young lady?" As quick as a flash, she came back and said, "Being very careful." And that really sort of has set the scene. Fortunately, she doesn't need a stepladder now. She's got Simon. So that works. So clearly, what a beautiful bride. And Simon, I have to say, you scrub up pretty well too.
Thank you.
I was half expecting you to turn up in shorts and sliders with a plaster cast or a black eye, but fortunately, the musician has taken that role for Simon. And we had a bet at Res at the Indian restaurant that Simon would turn up with some sort of damage. Fortunately, I won. So, I think as parents, we do our best to equip our kids for life. We pass on from our own experiences, our grandparents' experiences, parents, etc., etc. And hopefully some of that wisdom rubs off and their lives can be happy and fulfilling. And Alison and Andrew, I must compliment you on Simon. He is a wonderful, hard-working, polite young man, a gentle giant, except when he's on the rugby field. And Beverly and I couldn't wish for anybody better as a son-in-law. At this point, it's normally sort of customary to welcome Simon into our family as not losing a daughter, gaining a son-in-law and all that sort of thing. But the truth is you've been a part of this family since the day we met you. You polished off 2 plates of food and then went back.
What can I say?
and then went back to your mum's for her Sunday dinner as well. I can tell, skip that bit. Emma, I'm exceptionally proud of you. No parent could ask for more. Although once again, in your early years, you did manage to put your head through a glass door. Fortunately, not a mark on you, but glass was everywhere, and Beverly had to put you in the shower to get the glass out of your hair, and I had a very panicked phone call at work. You better come home now, which is quite interesting. From the moment Simon discussed with me asking Emma to marry him, I couldn't have been happier. I was sworn to secrecy until the letters were arranged on the fridge door, And that took a bit of prompting because Emma was a bit slow on the uptake, I think. And the proposal accepted. Unfortunately, Boris decided to get in on the act. So the engagement party was bacon sandwiches and champagne off the tailgate of the Land Rover at the car park at Habley Valley, suitably socially distanced, of course. So fast forward a couple of years and here we are now in this fantastic setting, and I think you'll agree that it looks wonderful. And Emma and Mom and other people of the family have done 90% of the work that you see around you themselves, and it really is stunning. So I think Emma and Simon, you do really complement each other, and after 37 years, 11 days and 13 months of happy marriage, I've learnt a few lessons, and be true to each other, share your joys and your burdens, love much, laugh much, and forgive as often as it is required. Married life is an adventure, and you're up to a cracking start, you really are. So, one more adventure. Picture the scene, a lovely summer's day in a rowing boat, Emma leaning over the side, trailing her fingers in the water, and despite being warned, yes, you've guessed it, falling in. Fortunately, she was wearing a life jacket and was soon rescued, and for reasons you'll understand, we always had a spare pair of clothes with us when we were out. I just think yourself lucky social media wasn't a thing when you were around, else some of the pictures on that screen would be truly amazing. So I think I'll quit while I'm ahead. I've got two small gifts. Well, one big gift and one small gift. Simon, to enhance your DIY prowess.
Thank you.
Right? And Emma, although Simon's rugby career could be coming to an end in a couple of seasons or so, my Uncle Edwin played cricket well into his 50s, right? So to equip you for that, there's a little guide, an A to Z guide of the phrases that you can talk to him about when he comes home after the match. Thank you very much. Jamie.
And now we'll have a speech from the groom, Mr. Clark. Massive round of applause, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm not a huge fan of public speaking. However, having done some research, I found that one of the best coping mechanisms can currently be seen in my right hand. So here goes. First of all, on behalf of the new Mr. and Mrs. Clark of 2 Hours, I would like to thank you all for coming here to celebrate our special day. We will cherish this day for the rest of our lives, and I'm so pleased you are all here and a part of this special occasion, as it wouldn't have been the same without you all here, apart from having a healthier bank balance. And for those of you who know me well, you know how tight I am, and so you can imagine the enjoyment I've had when everything has had to be paid over the past 2 years. But in all honesty, I couldn't put a price on spending today with our nearest and dearest, so thank you all for being here. There are a few loved ones who unfortunately can't be here today due to ill health or that are no longer with us, but we know that they are here in spirit today. So now for a few personal thank yous. Emma and I would firstly like to thank our parents for all the love and support, both emotionally and financially, they have given us so far in our relationship, and especially in the lead up to our big day. We are eternally grateful for having you in our lives, especially with you, Ian, given that I am useless at DIY, and someone needs to do all of Emma's home improvement ideas. The fact that I asked Ian for his permission to take his daughter's hand in marriage whilst he was round our house putting up some floating shelves pretty much sums up our near 3 years of living together in Bewdley. I break something, or Emma has a plan, and Ian gets a phone call to come and fix it or do it. Beverly, I owe you a huge amount of gratitude to you and Emma for the amount of work you have both put in for today. For me, it's like this wedding has organised itself, but the hours and hours of work you have both put in has been worth it. I think we can all agree with that. Mum and Dad, I'm pretty sure everyone in this room would like to thank you for producing an incredible son. I hope you're both proud that you raised such an intelligent, funny, handsome, and most of all, modest son. We both love you. We'd also like to thank our grandparents for the love you've respectively given us all, our lives, and for the love shared to us as when we came into each other's lives. And we'd also like to thank Christopher, Emma's brother, and Fiona, my sister, for their parts in the ceremony today, and for always being there for us. I'd like to thank my best friend of over 20 years, Jamie, for all he has done in being my best mate and best man today, along with the support of my groomsmen, Steve and Ryan, over the past 20 to 25 years that you've known me. Although I'm not saying thank you for the hangovers inflicted on me on the stag do, but it was a great weekend. I know how much stress was involved with it, Jamie, planning it, and they do say that drunk words are sober thoughts, and my commitment of love to you on that Saturday night wasn't far off how I feel on a sober day. Thank you to Emma's maid of honour, Tarly, and bridesmaids, Amy and Laura, who I must say all look great today, for helping keep Emma away from the bridezilla alter ego I feared she may become. She's lucky to count on you as best friends. Finally, I would like to thank the beautiful Mrs. Clark for agreeing back in March 2020 to have me as her husband. I may be biased when I say this, but she has been planning for today since the day we booked the venue, and she's done a superb job. The invites, the decorations, the personalised wine bottles, the gifts, the flower bouquets, the table plan boards, you name it, her and Beverly have crafted it, whilst I've been at rugby, the gym, or playing cricket. I know who has had the easier 2 years. We met at work, and I remember the face that Emma would pull if we ever sat on the same table at lunch, where my daily snack of 6 eggs would be laid out across the table, with the remnants of the eggshells as well. But I knew that if I could secure a date with her, then nothing would get past it. Luckily, she agreed to the drink, and the rest, as they say, is history. Although I am the lucky one to have someone as beautiful, kind, and caring as you in my life by my side. I read somewhere that happy is the man who finds a true friend, and far happier is he who finds that true friend in his wife. And having started out as friends until our love blossomed, I know for a fact that there's no one else I'd rather spend the rest of my life with than you. Now, before I pass you over to my best man, please be advised he's a business studies and history teacher by trade, so he's used to boring a room full of people for a certain length of time. And one more thing, if anyone wins on the scratch cards, mine's a double vodka orange. So please raise a toast to love, and let's enjoy today to be the celebration that it is. To love.
To love.
You'll have to bear with me a minute, I've got to set up.
Pardon? It's all right. I've seen the majority of them. So, yes, just outside.
Does work. Sorry if you can't see down there. Apologies, but you might have to move. Right. Right. I don't want to have me back to people, so I'll just stand here. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who don't know me, my name's Jamie. I'm the best man for today, and if you can't quite hear me because this microphone ain't working, whatever, you're not going to be missing much. I wouldn't worry too much. I do feel slightly nervous about this speech, I won't lie to you, but if there is someone here who should be feeling nervous, apprehensive, and maybe a little queasy at the thought of what lies ahead, it's probably because you've just married Simon. On behalf of Clarkie and Emma, the lovely bridesmaids and the groomsmen, I would like to thank everybody for coming to share this special occasion with us. I would first and foremost like to congratulate our gorgeous newlyweds on their moving vows, what's been a beautiful day so far, and what will be a great night of celebration, I'm sure, provided my missus can handle a drink. I would like to start by thanking Emma's dad, Ian, for his lovely and moving speech. Coming into today, and as I've already mentioned, I was quite nervous, especially following on from Clarkie's speech. But having just heard it, it's safe to say the pressure's off. I'm joking. Also, a huge thank you to the bridesmaids, Groomsman, Josh, who makes the cutest little page boy. You've all done a fantastic job today. You've all done brilliantly. The bridesmaids, you all look stunning, lovely indeed, but you're only eclipsed by Emma, who I'm sure everyone here will agree today. She looks absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Clarky, you don't look too bad yourself, mate.
Thank you.
But I'm a little disappointed you've decided to copy my outfit.
Oh, leading from the best.
Now that we've got the nice thank yous out the way with, let's turn our attentions to Simon himself. Got plenty of material here.
I don't doubt.
So where do I start? So we've been best friends since the age of 7. We first met at Beavers. And we knew from that moment on that it would be a friendship for life. And with many happy memories together. Some stories that will be heartwarming. And some that will come back to bite him on the arse on his wedding day. Obviously back then we were nothing more than a bunch of naive kids without a care in the world, but we grew up together playing sports, video games, playing pool, and trying our luck with the ladies. Unsuccessfully for some reason. I don't know why. So we grew up and we had a very, very close bond. And obviously playing sports together, we share a lot of change rooms together, so we have seen a lot of each other. So I can confirm that Emma is definitely with him for his money. Sorry, man. After spending our childhood together, we decided at the age of 18 to take a break when Clarky left me to attend university. It's a difficult time for me to talk about. However, I was unlucky enough to spend an evening up in Edgehill where we went to uni and witness some of the chaotic nights that they would get up to. It's fair to say that he went to Edgehill as a boy, and they chewed him up, spat him out as a hardened man who could actually handle his drink to more than one can of Strongbow. Whenever he came home and he would tell us about some of the stories from uni, it's surprised he had any liver or dignity left. And we actually had the chance to enjoy this when we went to Mali on one of our first lads' holidays together. We had the Edgehill experience, had a theme night every night. There's not many people I know who can pull off a Where's Wally and a 6-foot banana costume all in one holiday.
Thank you.
Now that banana outfit, some of you local people may have noticed made the back page of the Shuttle, the local newspaper. And he, along with 7 others, all came and supported Starport Swifts on a cold Tuesday night. And to be fair, you lot did a cracking job of that. Now, whilst on that Malia holiday, going back to that, he found a short-term love affair with Di Serrano on night 1. A drink still to this day, I don't think he's touched.
No.
And he made a huge mess of it on the floor, in which I the next morning stood in it barefoot. Happy memories. But all jokes aside, he sure knows how to have a good time on a night out, and when he isn't there, he's definitely a miss. You're just one of those characters where, when he isn't on a night out, people know about it. He's a cracking lad to have on a night out. But for all of his amazing qualities, the man that you see before you is one of the most indecisive men on this planet. Even earlier today, with the registrar, oh, yeah, do you want to stand at the top or stand here? I don't know. I don't know. I had to intervene and be like, ask the boss. I don't know whether you do it because you genuinely don't know, or whether you just get a huge kick out of annoying people with your indecisiveness. It's a good thing that you asked Emma to marry you, and not the other way around.
I know.
That could have been slightly awkward. And I've also never known a person possess so many different nicknames either. Some of them quite boring, plain, like Clarky, Specky. Some of them were relatively imaginative. A huge list here. I'll only read out a few. Sumo, Clucky Egg, Clockhead, Fabio Capello, but my absolute all-time favourite has to be Claire Balding. The resemblance is absolutely uncanny. Let's move on to his relationship with Emma. Sorry. Don't they make a beautiful and wonderful couple, everyone? I'm sure everyone here will agree on that.
Yeah.
And they're both good looking, they're fun, honest, loyal, kind. But what strikes me most about this couple you see before you is that they don't conform to normal gender stereotypes. Oh, no. This man here makes the best housewife in the world. You could even say resembles the complete opposite of the Alicia Dixon song, "The Boy Does Nothing." He washes up, cleans up, brushes up. On top of all that, he walks the dog at 6 a.m. of the morning. He makes the lunches for them both. And he also plays a very hard-working host whenever you go around to their house. You could say he's the hostess with the mostess. Now, Emma, I've got you a little gift.
She doesn't need one of them. She's got her board.
It's a ringing bell for when you can alert Clarky to help you when you need your drink topping up. And when there's household chores to be done around the house. So enjoy that, Emma. I bet all the women here right now are thinking, Emma, you've got it good. You go, girl. And apologies to all the blokes who are obviously now going to be conducting a lot more household chores as a result of me sharing this information with you. I do plenty. But one thing is for certain, though, is that it's very clear that he has to do all that to make up for the fact that he is absolutely punching with Emma. And Emma, it's clear to see how much you mean to Clarky. Just purely from the way that he talks about you and speaks about you, always positive and highly, highly rates you. And I couldn't think of a better partner for my best friend. And the fact that he's decided to marry you, despite all the financial implications of a wedding, must mean something, as he is one of the tightest people I know when it comes to spending money. Now, all of you in here should feel happy that you've made the cut, because if it was down to him, there would only be 10 of us. I'm not even sure if I'd get an invite.
Not now after this speech.
Not now. He's very well known amongst our friendship group as being that guy who doesn't pay for a curry at the Sherry Punjab. If you don't know what this story is, just ask anyone from these two tables here. Now, I am looking at the person who didn't pay that day. Definitely Decker. Still protests his innocence to this day. The stag do. Now, what a weekend it was. As you can see here, we told him beforehand, can you please come with 2 evening outfits? For him not to have to wear either of them. And my heart sank actually a little bit when he said he spent a fair bit of time ironing 2 shirts, not have to wear them.
He doesn't iron, so that would have been me.
Oh. I can only apologise about that. Now, as you can see, we dressed him up like a big squirrel, and you're probably thinking, why on God's earth would we do that? So, thank you, Will Terry, for that diamond inside knowledge, because he has a deep-rooted fear of them.
Oh my God.
I hear Clarky's phobia of squirrels reached such a level that he would regularly take an alternative route to school to avoid a particularly aggressive squirrel. On one occasion, he even had to fend him off with his safety Snickers. Now, mate, you're not going to like this. I've managed to pull a few strings in the squirrel community. And can we all please welcome Clarkie's arch nemesis over there? I'm joking, mate. He had alternative arrangements. Then on the stag do, going back to that, we went go-karting the next day, and it was fair to say he wasn't exactly in the best of moods for it after a very heavy first night. But to be fair to him, he finished in a very respectable 5th place. I think he just wanted to finish quickly, so he could get home, have a disco nap, get ready for the second night. But with regards to him finishing quickly, Emma does tell me that's quite normal, so it would be, with regards to that, seems fine to carry that trait on. And on the second night, we played Uwe La Poule. And as you can see from that photo up there, Clarkie makes a very cute hen. Now, anyone in here who knows Simon, you'll know that he is an absolute diamond of a guy. He's the kind of person who'd give you the shirt off his back. Not that it would fit anyone in this room, mind, but still, it's a thought that counts. Now, get this bit right. But no, in all seriousness, Clarkie is an incredible human being, and he did something that I'm sure the vast majority of us in this room would never have the courage to do. Giving CPR in a time of crisis showed courage and selflessness to the extreme. Now, I obviously don't wish to bring the mood down. However, the act in itself deserves huge recognition and showed tremendous bravery in a time where the vast majority of us would have just frozen still. When he told me about this story, I've never been prouder than to say he's my best friend. And he's someone who always gives 100% in everything that he does. Whether it be playing sports such as cricket, rugby, football, his academic studies, he shows dedication and effort that is second to none. I know he'll take this into his marriage with Emma, and that they will have an extremely successful and happy time as husband and wife. He is indecisive, apart from his love for Emma. That's always been a constant from day one. So, I just want to finish off by saying, can we all be standing and raise a toast to the happy couple, Simon and Emma.
Emma and Simon.
If you like the speech, my name is Jamie Willits, and for those of you that didn't like the speech, my name's been Stephen Perry.